All right, so the Padres lost today. Michael King, with the shoulder stiffness, and it seems like the Atlanta pillows out there in that hotel that they're at, not the best. So not great. So the plans totally are changed, and Sean Reynolds has to go out there. I was confused why Sean Reynolds was starting. I guess I missed the notification or whatever. But I was like, why is Sean Reynolds starting? I totally remember on my preview graphic there was not Sean Reynolds. I would have remembered that. But he ends up going out there. Padres lose, and um, not super shocked when plans have to change like that. They can go for the series win tomorrow. But what I wanted to talk about today was Yu Darvish. There was an update from Kevin Acee in his Padres Daily, and here it is. Darvish continues to play catch in San Diego. There might be some clarity next week regarding his next step. Multiple sources have insisted over the past week that Darvish is not feeling pain in his right elbow, which is why he was shut down in spring training. They say there has not been a setback, but that the team cannot move forward with a plan until Darvish is comfortable. So, you know, not a ton of news there. I'll get to it. Darvish is dictating this, and I agree that Darvish should be dictating it. Like, he knows his body the best, and you want him to be back when he is comfortable to come back. Because when he's comfortable to come back, then he can let it loose, he can let it go, and we know that he'll be healthy, right? Instead of the training staff being like, well, yeah, you threw in a rehab assignment, you had your velocity, you're good to go. No, if Darvish can't, if he's not feeling right, because it seems like he can make a start, but it's really like, can he make start after start after start? He doesn't want to mess with the rotation, especially with the amount of games that are coming up. You don't want to mess with that when you don't have very many days off. So I understand that. And that's him being a smart team player. The 38-year-old right-hander looks sharp and strong, throwing 51 pitches in 4 innings in his May 14th rehab start, but he felt tight in his elbow afterward and does not feel ready to pitch in a major league game. Mostly, he is not confident he would recover well enough to make repeated starts, and he does not want to compromise the Padres' rotation. So, what I pretty much said there. Tight. This is the first time, unless I'm just blanking, first time that it has been said that he felt tightness in his elbow. And when I read tightness in his elbow, I think we all think about surgery eventually. And what's next? Is it going to be forearm? So I'm glad that that he didn't go pitch in a baseball game. But yeah, tightness. And he's playing catch right now. Should he even be playing catch? I think that's a question we should be asking. If he felt tightness, now maybe he's been playing catch, he doesn't feel tightness, but playing catch is different than pitching, right? And you're trying to throw 97 or whatever. Like, that's different than playing catch. So you may not feel much. Like, if you go out for a jog or something, you may not feel anything. But then if you go out and you go sprint as fast as you can, what are you going to feel the next day? Are you gonna be sore? Everybody's different, but like, it's just different. Um, Darvish is expected to be examined in the coming days to affirm his elbow is structurally sound. So we don't even know if it's structurally sound. Multiple sources, and I'm repeating this, Darvish is not feeling pain, but there was tightness, and he's just playing catch. I just have questions, and I'm just concerned. Like, I was concerned, I think, a couple updates ago when he didn't go with the team when he was supposed to go with the team. And then he was going to join them in Atlanta, and then he's not joining them in Atlanta. Um, yeah, just, the Padres pretty much saying, like, it's okay, we're just going at Darvish's pace here. And again, that's fine. But it seems like it's heading down that path of, oh, well, the Padres didn't make it seem like it was that big of a deal, and then Darvish is going to be shut down for a while. Again, that's not what is happening as of now, but that's where my thoughts go. Um, I keep seeing that word tightness in his elbow afterward. When did so he felt tightness in his elbow afterward, like immediately afterward, or the day after, or a few days after? He didn't feel it in the few days before, after, after the rehab. Let's say he had the rehab start on a Wednesday. He doesn't feel anything Thursday, doesn't feel anything Friday, but he felt it on a Saturday. Like, when did he feel this tightness? Because like if he felt it immediately, then wouldn't you want to like shut it down a little bit? Uh, why would there have been talk that he's going to go join the team on the road trip? Like, to me, that's where like, okay, everything's fine if he's going to be joining a team on a road trip to maybe go pitch. So yeah, and expected to be examined in the coming days. That obviously, I mean, it's good news because I'd rather have him be examined than not examined, and we're just guessing, and he's just guessing, right? But obviously, it's not good news at the same time. You don't to have him be examined in the coming days, then that maybe they're being safe, but at the same time, it's like, well, if there was nothing wrong and they knew nothing was wrong, and obviously if there was no tightness, then we wouldn't be at this point. So yeah, I'm concerned for sure. Padres aren't as good of a team if Darvish is not pitching. And no disrespect to Stephen Kolek, but I'd rather have Yu Darvish in my rotation. And I'd rather have Kolek be a depth guy. And right now, you got King, Cease. Like, I'm not worried about those guys. I'm not worried about Pavetta. He grinded the other night, as Mike Schilt will tell you multiple times. And then after that, you got Kolek, you got Vasquez. And Vasquez can be up and down. And Kolek, so far, it's kind of been that same thing. And I want Darvish to come, like, don't get me wrong. I want Darvish to come back when he is fully healthy and he is ready, because we want him to be healthy the rest of the year. We don't want another setback. Um, but the way the offense has gone recently, you don't want to you don't want to put more pressure on the offense because, Stephen Kolek or whoever struggles, but like that's all the Padres can really go to. Maybe they'll go to Kyle Hart or something, but really all they can go to until like before the deadline. But they don't want to make any moves right now because maybe they want to see more of someone that they're interested in. Um, maybe they want to see more looks at the guys that are in the rotation, or wait till there's a possible injury. So they're like, all right, now we definitely need to go. They don't want to like use prospects for a trade for a depth arm, maybe, and they can use them for someone that wouldn't be a depth arm, someone that could be like a frontline guy that they would need because an injury happens. So I just don't see a move being made now. Also, now you want to wait on this Darvish stuff. But yeah, uh, a bummer of how the Padres have been playing, losing 6 in a row and then losing today as well after getting the win yesterday. But this Darvish news, like, obviously the innings that he has on his arm, his age, those are other factors obviously to consider as well. But yeah, just the tightness again, that word is what is sticking out. And if you're not worried and you're reading tightness, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not in full panic because it could end up being okay, but yeah, you got to be a little concerned.